was interesting. What's going on, guys? I'm doing a test stream here. Just try to figure this stuff out and see how everything sounds and looks live. On my end at the moment, it's looking a little choppy, and I'm not sure if that's coming through into chat too, or into the actual stream. Oh, Kike. Oh, and Will. Hey, guys, what's going on? I don't know how laggy or anything this is right now. I'm still trying to figure out settings. So, and like, the only way I can really do that is by going live and getting, like, you know, getting actual people's opinions on what's going on. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you see me okay? Is that choppy? Give me some feedback. Let me know what I need to try to fix. But, yeah, I figured I'd just do a test stream tonight, kind of hang out for a little bit, and I don't know, see what you guys have been up to. And I haven't done a live actually on my channel, like, so this is gonna be more thing that happens often. Let me see if am I coming through a little choppy. Yeah, see, that's what I figured. I'm not really sure why. Being mirrored, maybe that's the problem. Hang on, let me see if I switch. I'm gonna mess with some settings. Why is that mirrored? Interesting. Okay, maybe, I don't know. I just turned off mirroring. I don't know why. USB video. Okay, I don't want the PC camera. High definition 720, it's 60 frames. Oh, it's already disabled. I can't change that. Little choppy, look mirrored. That's better. That's better on mirrored. This is better now. Like it's not choppy. Sound is still choppy, but have my sound down. Oh, okay. I don't know if that's because I have, what does that say? Pattern. I don't know what this means. What does this do? You know, it would probably help if I had the actual instructions for this Yeti mic. Give me a second, they're across the room. To know what these things actually do. Okay, let's see. Whoa, as I fall back into the green screen. Video looks good, backdrop is good, now just the sound. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can figure this sound out. Because it shouldn't be coming through my headset. Okay, that's just pictures. What does that mean? Pattern. I don't know what any of that means. There's an infinity sign, there's two circles. There's a circle, there's a heart-looking shape. It's only when you get too close. Oh, okay. So maybe I need to turn it down and back it up. I don't know how close I need to be to this. And I'm sure it picks up quite a bit. So, like, if it's like right there, or maybe if I move it like off into the corner. So how does that sound if I leave it like that? Yes. These directions aren't very instructional, it's just pictures. Like, there's buttons on the back, and I don't like, and that's all the directions it gives me for like this little button on the top of the mic, and I don't know what it means. Directions are good. I guess we'll just try each setting and see what it is for a little bit. What does this one do? I think this is just safety and compliance and more information, blah blah blah. Okay. Now, direction. I mean, I'm big on pictures. Like, I learn a lot by pictures, but I also like to read instructions as well sometimes. Oh, there's a gain and a volume. Wait a minute. Where's the gain? Or are they both? I only see one knob, so I'm confusion. If I leave it on a 3, maybe. I know this. So that's what that button does. Okay, so that makes it mute. What does that do? I guess that's the setting that I was on before. So I guess pressing that mutes it. Interesting. I wonder if maybe if I take this, hang on. I'm going to take this little muffler thing off and I know. I'm going to take this little muffler thing off and see if this helps. And we'll see what we get here. Figured I'd mute it while I did that so I didn't deafen anybody. Because I don't know how to do any of this. I'm just figuring it out as we go. It's like a trial and error thing. Yeah, and it has like metering, mute. Oh, yeah, see, now I see it. And then volume. Does it have like a separate knob? No? Hello? What is that? I can't see. Probably helps maybe if I do that. Oh, that's for headsets. Now, how do I change that? Okay. Wait. Hang on. It's set on the headset, so how do I change it? This is, yeah, shenanigans. Oh, what the heck? How do I change it? I just figured, I'd go big or go home with this Yeti mic, and I know they have good quality. There's a QR code here. Let me scan that. Has word directions. Yeah, what I was super good though, because the green screen, we got those. There's a thing around here up in Pennsylvania. It's called MacBid, like Western Pennsylvania, and it's an app where or a company where you can like bid on things that like people return from like Amazon or online purchases, and like instead of like trying to resell them, like stores trying to resell them, they sell them to MacBid, puts them on their sites and sells them. Well, this green screen came from that. We got it for like $5, and I'm so excited because it can do. It has a remote, and I can just. Oh, you can see it disappearing behind me. And it automatically goes up and down on its own. I'm obsessed. I love it. Okay, so let me see. Find your product. Yeti. Teach me your ways. Yeti Pro? Yeti Blue? Yeti X. This is the one I want. Guide. I mean, I guess we'll see how long this is. Oh. Now, how do I change it to... Oh! I think I figured it out. Whoa. Okay. What does it do? Ooh. Okay, so that did a thing. Audio cuts off. Yeah. Okay, so... I just figured out a way to turn the mic light on this. So I have it on like 3. No, 4. We'll put it on like right there. It's sounding out that I have setting on that changed. Let's see if I can scroll and see. Software control. For capable array. Function. Smart knob. Control keys features including microphone gain, tone volume, and the blend balance. Interesting. Might be what that is. Turn the knob to adjust the gain, headphone volume, and blend settings. Press the knob once briefly to mute or unmute microphone at any time. Press and hold the knob for 1 second to switch between modes. Oh, it's blend. Okay, wait. So maybe if I do this. There we go. That's what I want. This is too much. That's why. Because my gain was like crazy. I think I figured it out. Technology. I just gotta turn it down so it's not gonna blast. Gain was too high. Okay, somewhere. Sounding a little better. Audio not cutting out now, I hope. Direction. Oh, man. Boop. Set that down there. Whoop. Okay. I don't want it to go too loud. I don't want the gain to get all screwy. So, still. Let me see. Maybe if I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm going through like a extra hub. Let me see which cord is this. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think it's one. Let me trade my camera and my mic USB. That should be better. Fix that. Okay. Okay. I don't need the shortcuts. Oh, Lordy Lou. I don't know if that would. It might be my computer giving me issues with the glitchiness, and it really shouldn't. But I know my computer is not the strongest machine ever. So I might have to figure out getting a stronger machine. I don't want this going too high. So I know the gain was probably part of the problem. Can you hear me now? Are we good? It was set to stupid things. Is there anything down here? Almost like it. Yeah, see, that's what I'm wondering too. What is it? Something in my actual. Microphone access. I'm gonna turn things off to try to. This camera doesn't need to be on. Mixed reality. What the heck is that? That doesn't need to be on. That doesn't need to be on. It's like I have like too much going on and I don't know how to make it all turn off. 3D viewer, that doesn't need to be on. Feedback hub, that doesn't need to be on. Microsoft Store doesn't need to be on. Does sound better, but like it cuts off. Google machine. Copy sound stream with Yeti X. Why does my Blue Yeti sound choppy? If you have input gain set too high with your DAW or the Blue Yeti itself, then you may notice distortion or clipping. You may notice when you speak or sing into the microphone, the meter goes into the red. The distorted sound in the sound wave is clipped. Well, it's not going into the red. Oh, it's going into yellow, though. So maybe the whole way down? Why is it still not? I have it turned down the whole way. And I only have it on one bar. Headphones. I don't know what this does. Headphones plugged in there, so I guess it doesn't matter. Guess we'll turn that. Okay. Connection issue with my computer not being able to process this, which is a bummer. We figured out the video issue. Is there anything? Because I mean, I can kind of hear it a little bit with the music thing in the background too. How it'll kind of like stop and a little bit. I don't know if there's anything. Let's see. Oh. All systems operational. Connect a custom MTP channel. Facebook restream. Restream chat. That is not what I'm looking for. Wish I had my Bluetooth earbuds up here, that way I could hear what it sounded like. Turn this the whole way down. I can kind of see. Wow, my face is really red. Hear the music just fine. It's when I talk. Okay, so it must be my computer, I would think. I don't know. Because I've changed gain the whole way down. So, like... I don't really know. Yeah, and my camera is kind of a little laggy from what I'm looking at here too. There has to be a fix. Unless my computer can't handle it. Hi, Jeffrey. Yeah, I don't know. Can I get out of this? There we go. Jeffrey, are you upstairs or are you downstairs? Is there echo cancellation? Oh, yep, that might be it. Let me see. Audio. Yep. Okay. Those were built-in settings into that, so maybe that fix it? That actually seemed to smooth out the video a little bit too. Oh, you're upstairs? Okay. Yeah, I might be trying your laptop at some point for this, hon, because I don't know if my laptop is strong enough. It's not strong enough. It seems to have smoothed out the video a little bit, though. I mean, it's a little greeny choppy, but... Okay, did that seem to help at all? Turning off the echo and noise suppression? Yeah! Right. That's what I like to hear. Okay, so we fixed that issue. Now I'm just kind of laggy, but I'm not sure what else to do to fix that. Because I've adjusted all the settings on my camera. Because I'm using my Sony ZV-1 as a webcam. Thank you for your help, Kiki. That saved the day. My processor just must not be able to handle this kind of like video output. I'm not sure. But I mean, it's tolerable. I'll be able to show snakes and stuff. For now, if I can figure this out. This is awesome. I'm glad we got the audio issue fixed. That's interesting how it caused that much of an issue. Which is kind of stupid, but hey. Oh well. So I guess I can move this over here now so I'm popping in everyone's ear. Alright. So now we can just hang out for a little bit since I don't sound so horrible. So what's going on with you guys? Well, I'm not sure who else is here. I know Jeffrey's here. Kike's here. Says there's somebody else here. Oh, it's me, duh. Hang on. Let me get myself out of here. There we go. There we go. Right. Now we're good. And that'll help with my data speeds too. And I'm directly plugged into the router too, so it's not the internet. Our internet's pretty good. So, yeah. So what's going on, Kike? Anybody else have any lives tonight? I didn't get to... Oh, I know Jana was supposed to be on with Forward Motion. I didn't get to see that. I'm going to have to go back and watch that. I really enjoy listening to Jessica's podcast. It's probably my favorite podcast that I listen to out of all the reptile ones that we have right now. I really enjoy Jessica's research and stuff she puts into it, and Jana makes me laugh pretty hard. Listened to it on the way to my parents today about we were talking about hemipenes. Been slacking. Wow, it's a lazy Saturday. Bah. Yeah, I was cracking up at that episode, and Jana, making his jokes and stuff the entire time. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. Getting us all set up and stuff, and being fancy and having a green screen. I'm gonna have to figure out some fun backdrops and stuff for it besides this. And figure out my graphics and a ticker. I mean, I could do a ticker right now, but I'd have to get some stuff and all that fun jazz. But I'm hoping at some point, like, I want to get I want to kind of turn it into a decent show. Oh, you're with Lady Tiz Craft Brew, George. Gotcha. Yeah, I started following Lady Tiz. She mostly works retics, doesn't she? I've heard she really knows her stuff. I might have to hit her up sometime. Talk to her about my retics. I love him. He's beautiful. He makes me so nervous with his food response, though. He's starting to get big. I don't know. He's closing in on like 5 feet, I'd say. I've been trying to slow grow him, because retics explode in size, and till I get more of my confidence for a bigger snake like that, I'd like to grow him not as slowly as possible. That's unhealthy for him, obviously, but I mean, he's eating medium rats, so. But I want to talk to like an experienced rekeeper on like how to properly handle him and work him out of this, like, his food, his overreaction with food. Because I want to start working with him more. He just makes me a little nervous. Because getting bit by a retic ain't no fun. I'll get bit by ball pythons any day compared to on him. But yeah, so what I'm hoping to do with this lives and stuff is, I know Nikki and I are talking about getting back into doing snaking around and stuff. It's just figuring out when, coordinating our schedules and stuff. Because with her and I figure we could do like twice a month, like every other week. And I think like both her and I started having like personal issues and stuff, and we kind of fell apart from it, and it got a little stressful, and we were trying to find some really awesome interviews, and our last one we did, I think, was with Martial Law, which was awesome. I said, we don't need to do interviews every single week. It can just be, shoot the shit and hanging out and goofing around, talking snakes, showing off snakes, talking pairings or whatever. Like I said, I'm sure we can find things to talk about, and we had a good community over there. So hoping that we can, bring that back and start having some fun over there again. Over here, I don't know, it might like mix of hangouts and views and topics. I want to try to figure out some segments to do. The ones that I could think of were like a this or that, like picking animals up, like morphs off of a morph market and showing them off and being like, okay, would you choose this or that, and what is your reasoning? Like involve chat. I'm still trying to brain blast all of that and figure that all out. Because I don't want to copy what anyone's doing, because that's not, that's not cool. But at the same time, I'm a little brain farty. So I gotta put my thinking pants on, and thinking pants, thinking hat, thinking outfit, whatever. But I'm excited. This was kind of like a year's resolution. I want to put myself out there again. I kind of fell back, and especially like before we rebranded, I fell back and wasn't doing it as much. Posting and like talking with people, going to live chats. We had a lot of stuff going on personally, but I this is like my resolution. I'm going to start doing my lives again. I'm going to start doing Instagram lives again. I'm going to start going live on TikTok now, because I can. I have over followers, so I can. And now that I can, my rodent production's good. Now my snakes are growing again. Hopefully I'll be able to have some more clutches within the next and I think my husband and I, like, something new. I'm trying to, I don't want to do the same thing everybody else is doing, but it's just going to take time to figure that out and get into my own kind of groove. But my husband I kind of pulled his arm a little bit. Did we decide I really want to go to Tinley next month, just because I miss seeing people in person in the hobby, and I really want to making those connections again, networking, and just being more social. Um, I'm hoping to. I'm hoping for us to go and get together with people there, and just have a good time. I'm not going there to buy anything. I've got my collection to where I want it right now, and I already promised and I would not buy anything. Um, but I want to go and just check out some awesome animals, see everybody. Uh, so we're trying to figure out how now, and I have surgery at the end of this month, and it's like maybe until in October. I I'll see where I'm at too. Um, I didn't think I'd be able to swing March, but because I'm having surgery at the end of the month, um, I'll be still on leave from work. I'm going back until like the 23rd, so I'll still be able to go. I'll have time off that I can go, and I should be okay by then, I would think. So I figured, well, we could go. I have the time. I don't know how many. I have to look to see how many days Jeff would have to take off. I feel bad that he's using a lot of his PTO, um, but I'm gonna try to see if I can pull Nikki's leg to come to. She hasn't come to a Tinley in about 2 years, but yeah. So I don't know. That's kind of the gist of what's going on. I'm definitely open to suggestions on what you guys would like to see from these lives. I'm gonna try to figure out a different PC setup here so I can do this more efficiently. And I think it's my graphics card, maybe my processor, that's not allowing me to stream super smoothly, because I should be streaming very smoothly here. I'm not. So I mean, I could do it from my phone, but I like being able to see things on a bigger scale. I might have to try to swing Tinley in October too, depending on where we're at. That would be fun. I'm doing shows like that. We've Tinley twice. The first time we were there, just one day, and it was like fly in, run around like a crazy, and then fly out. And then the second there, we were there for the whole weekend, and it was just kind of like it was nice. We didn't really get to like hang out with anybody or see anybody. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to group up with some people that we know in the hobby and stuff, and have a good time, whether it be this time or hopefully in October, depending on what's going on in our lives too. But because I struggle, I don't like to leave my animals. I'm one of those like control. I wouldn't say a control freak, but like I like to know what's going on in my room, and like I have cameras all over the place that I can check on my animals when we're not here. And the last time we were on vacation, we were on our anniversary when we were 5 or 6 away, and was the day that my pastel het monarch decided to our clutch. Of course, it was the day that we left. And then after I finished watching the cam in her tub, I panned out to the camera that was in the room, and there were about 3 or 4 snakes that had somehow managed to get out. My pastel calico that I used to have, I should have named her Hooney. She was an escape artist. She somehow figured out how to push those tubs open if they were just like slightly crooked, and she managed to get out, push open a couple of the tubs, one of the tubs, and a couple of the baby tubs. And I'm realizing this at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and my husband calls my father-in-law, and he's like, "Yeah, so I'm gonna request that you go into the snake room and catch snakes that are currently in the room and put them away. And I'm trying to figure out who's who based off of like the pixelated camera, feed I'm seeing. So it was a good time. It was a good time. We found everybody and it was fine. But and I don't have that snake anymore. Not because of that, but she was a troublemaker. But and then I guess just a little bit of an update on what we have going on, wise and clutch wise. We have 5. I can't remember the snakes. Yeah, it eases. It gives you some peace. I'm so neurotic. Like, oh well, I don't like not being here. I don't like not knowing what's happening. I don't like not being able to see what's going on. And I mean, my father-in-law comes and helps, and he checks on stuff. But like, and he'll let us know if anything's wrong. But I like being able to see for myself. It's like one of those control things, I guess. My baby. But yeah. So I guess for this year we have, what is it, 5 pairings? 1 or 5 more pairings. I think 6 pairings total. We had 6 possible clutches total. We already have 1 that hit the ground. Pairing for that was a mahogany black pastel possible het pied male to a black pastel 100% het pied, and she's the mother of our panda pied boy. Who's that right here? You look like you want to eat me. Yeah, you, and he just ate too. That's the funny part. He just ate like 3 days ago, and he's already like, I'm gonna eat you. So I'm up. I know there's chances for pandas if the dad proves out het pied. And I know there's a very high chance at super black pastels, which is not my goal. My goal was to prove the dad out for het pied, and then get some black pastel mahoganies or black pastel mahogany pieds. But I guess we'll see here around April 1st. They're due around April 1st to hatch, and they should probably pip on their own, I would bet, with it on like day 54 or day 53. The last time I left a clutch like grouped together and didn't use the dragon hatch trays, the My Het Monarch clutch, they all picked on day 53. So, and then we have I have a normal female that she is currently for sale. I just don't have her listed on Morph Market. I mean, I probably should. She's a advice female. But I mean, I usually just don't post normals on Morph Market. I usually just try to sell those locally. But I'm pairing her just because I have her. To leopard calico male. Just for, I don't know, something other, than normals. I thought about doing something with like pied or het pieds, but I don't know. We'll see. I might change my mind to that. He just had his first lock. That's the first time I've ever gotten that male to lock, and I'm ecstatic about it. So if they like each other, then I'll just let them keep liking each other. And then we have, who else? Yeah, we have my pastel het female. She's being paired again to our normal het monarch, and she's actually glowing now, so she's probably going to be the next one to go. And she was an 8-egger last season, so I'm hoping to get at least 8 from her this year, maybe more. She's a big girl, like big girl. I think she's like around 2,500 grams. She's huge. I mean, for me, that's big. I know there's bigger females, but and then I'm gonna start pairing my black pied again in March. That'll be 6 months since she laid. She laid a 3-egg, 1-slug clutch. What was that back in I think at some point, I can't remember off the top of my head, but she had 1 and then 3 good eggs. But the good egg the one good egg ended up not having like any veins, so it went bad. The other two went full term, and then they didn't pip around like 50, 55, 56, and I let it go to day 57, and then I said, I'm gonna cut them, and then cut them and found that they had died in the egg, which was a bummer. And the kicker, the even bigger kick in the gut was they had shark mouth, and the one was very severe. And one had actually, the one that had severe shark mouth also had a knotted umbilicus, which is, I'm assuming, killed it. Yeah, it was a big bummer, and we're not normals. It was the same bad. It was the mahogany blue pastel posset pied. I was trying to prove him out, but I mean, trying to prove out, a posset from 2 eggs. I mean, you'd need Jesus, the odds gods on your side. So we hit it. One was a black pastel mahogany, and it was beautiful. Oh, it was pretty. And then the mahogany was so like, it was such a beautiful example of a mahogany. The blushing and the pattern, the fadingness, it was beautiful. But they both had shark mouth, and the one that had the knotted umbilicus was really bad. Like here's like, if you were looking at the jaw, like the underside, it was like right here. It barely had an underside of it. The other one would have been fine. Like, I've seen ones that were worse than the other one that eventually learned to eat for themselves. But I think what happened with that one is the egg tooth was underneath its lip too far, and it couldn't cut itself out because its umbilical was almost completely absorbed. But I think it just couldn't cut itself out, and I didn't catch him, and it died. So that was kind of a bummer. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna feed this girl. I'm feeding heavy now, and I'm hoping that she puts on a little bit more size, and then depending on what I get from this male, if I prove him out, if he proves out het pied, he's gonna stay, and then I'll pair him back to my pastel pied female. But if he does not want to move off of him, and the mahogany yellow pied male that I picked up from Canova should be up to size, probably like midsummer, because he's slamming food and growing like a weed. So I'll probably pair him to her, get a whole clutch of pieds, and hopefully get some mahogany black pastel yellow belly pieds. They'll be very nice. And I'll probably hold back a lot from that clutch depending on what we get, because I'm really shooting for those Oreo pieds. Most of my collection is shooting for Oreo pieds. Like a good half of my collection is Oreo pie product. And then, so I could technically start pairing her again in March. I'm probably going to wait till the male's ready for her. And then my pinch female is being paired to my TSK Xanthic male. I'm shooting for those double heads. So depending on what we get out of the odds from her clutch, I'll probably back those babies. And then who else do we have? I feel like I skipped somebody. Maybe I didn't. I feel like I'm missing someone. I don't know who. Oh, I am missing somebody. Super Pastel TSK Xanthic, who we think she's also Enchi. She produced what very much looks like a pastel Enchi in her last clutch. So I'm pairing her again this year to see if we hit any more what we think are Enchis. Like, I've asked quite a few people, and they're like, "Yeah, that looks Enchi to me." bring her to the TSK male as well. And we're shooting for all pastel Xanthics. I need more Xanthics in my life. So I'm probably going to hold on to most females from that. And then I'll probably swap out, like, add a male. So I have a pastel Xanthic male as well as just a normal. I can choose whether or not I want to add pastel into combos. That's the next one besides my Monarch clutch that I'm very, very excited for. I really hope the Monarch clutch we hit a visual male. We hit a visual female in the last clutch, but the odds gods only gave us one out of 8 eggs. We should have had at least 2. But I'm hoping we get a male this time around. That way I can raise him up, start throwing him to my pied stuff, because TSK. I like TSK. Specifically, we have Dark Phase TSK. I've been working towards getting the stuff put together to do Xanthic Desert Ghost clowns. It's a long process. Jeez, oh man, guys. Rats have been fighting all night. I have a 1.2 of pastel double het Xanthic clowns. The male's banana het, and a double het clown, and then I have 2 female pastel double het Xanthic clowns. And then if I get a decent amount of, like, genetic from the Pinstripe DG to Xanthic, I'll definitely be holding a lot of those back, and then we'll be mixing and matching from that once we get visuals. So, and then I am also looking forward to, I'm hoping next season she'll be ready to go. I have my GHI lesser spot nose yellow belly 100% het female that'll be ready to go. And I currently do have a breed ready pastel ultramel male, but I'm hoping to upgrade to something with a little bit more kick. And so I have him on Morph Market in the hopes of taking that money and investing it into something a little stronger. And then I had picked up a Mojave 100 Ultramel 66% het clown. And I had at a show for like $125. And I was like, oh my god, like, if he's out double het, that's a freaking steal. So his last shed, I sent out a test to check if he's het for clown or not. Unfortunately, he's not het for clown. He is het for ultramel. So I unfortunately do not need a het male. I would like a visual male. So he has been placed on Morph Market. Still trying to wheedle down a little bit on the collection and things that I don't need to, I don't know. My main projects are things with Xanthic, Desert Ghost, Pied, Mahogany. I have a little bit of clown stuff. I have 3 clown females and 1 clown male. I have a spider clown and 2. Oh no, and I forgot another female that I'm breeding too. Anyway, my brain would, catch up in my mouth. The 2 normal clown females are also possible het hypo, and the boy is also possible het hypo. Spider clown is a visual clown, and then their mother I am pairing again this year to. She is a Blade 100% double het hypo clown, and I'm pairing her to a hypo het clown male. So I'm hoping to get a double visual, and if I get like 1 double visual, I'm probably moving off of the both of them. It's a project that that I like, but it's also one that I just want visual, just so I can have both, and then use that as my base for anything I want to plug into it. Um, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, we started breeding more. We added new rat racks to the room, and it's been very helpful in getting my animals back on feed. um, when we moved, we had culled down a lot of our rodents, and just to make the move easier. And they never really recovered from that. And I think a lot of that had to do with what we were feeding them. We were trying to save money at the time, and we were just buying the Olroy high protein dog food. But I think it was like 23% protein. Um, uh, they just didn't seem to be doing as well on it. So I told Jeffrey that we need to set things up, whether we go back on Mazuri, and or something else. And I had found that Kalmbach on Chewy that has a free shipping, and it's like 30 some bucks a bag, which is like sign me up. So we put them on that once we got these racks built, and they have been thriving, and our production has exploded, and it's wonderful. I've been this flooded in rodents in a long time. It's great. Even our dwarf rats are producing pretty heavily, which they usually only have litters of maybe like 5 to 6. So they produce a lot less than the standards, but I'm very much looking forward to having this whole rack being dwarf rats, or at least a whole rack being dwarf rats. That way, they never get too big. It honestly, it's worth it. I don't have any complaints. The rats like it. Yeah, and it looks just like Mazuri. And if you watched that episode of Holdback, they actually talked about Jessica got the protein values and all the different like nutritional values and stuff in it, and it's pretty on par with Mazuri. And it's less expensive, and you don't have to pay for shipping if you go through Chewy. And I know there must be somewhere near me that actually supplies it, because our order, like I have it set to auto ship, and our order goes in on Thursday. Comes out mostly powder. See this? I mean, there's some powder when we get this. Definitely not mostly powder. It's pretty good. But yeah, the supplier must be near here, because we'll put on our order on Thursdays, and we'll have our wrap by Friday. It's literally next day. It's crazy. Which I'm not mad. Like, if we ever have an issue where we run out or run low for any reason, we know we can just get some next day, and the rats won't starve. But I usually try to have like 1 or 2 bags on the side as a spare. So, oh yeah. Oh snap! There's Matt. How's it going? Oh, we're just doing the test stream and stuff, and just here chatting. How's it going with you? Yeah, look at green screen, man. That's the fancy toy that I was talking about. I don't know which way to go. I'm mirrored. Whoop! There we go. Yeah. I need to get a little bit of a stronger computer, as my camera feed is a little laggy. So, yeah. Oh, where'd you get home from? Were you out running around working or something? Yeah, we were just talking about rat food. But yeah, Kike, I would totally recommend Kalmbach. I have so many babies. We just cleaned our rats. I don't know, like 2 or 3 days ago, and I had so many left over, which I haven't had for so long. And yeah, that 5-3 set it works. It works. So figured, I don't need to buy another headset. I got a perfectly good one that's comfortable and I like it. um, but yeah, it's I keep losing thought. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to chapter doing these lives, learning. How's the breeding season going? Not too shabby so far. We've got our first clutch on the ground. It was a black pastel mahogany Pos Het Pied male to a black pastel Het Pied, the mom of our panda pied. We got 7 eggs. All of them were good. And they're due to hatch around April Fool's Day. Great joke would be him proving a Het Pied. And then we have like 5 or 6 more pairings. My pastel het monarch girl looks like she's going to be the next one to go. She's glowing like crazy right now, so I'm waiting. I hope she gives us at least an age like she did last year. Yeah, I hope so too. We had gotten. I was telling Kike a clutch from him a couple months ago from our black pastel pied female, but that clutch ended up kind of dudding out on us because she laid 3 eggs and a slug. One of the eggs had because it didn't have any veins, and then and I knew that was going to happen, but I figured, incubate till there's no debate. And then the other 2 went full term, and around day 57 they still hadn't pipped yet, and I thought, that's kind of weird. So I checked on them, and stuff, and they had severe shark. One was very bad. The other one would have been okay, but the one that had severe shark mouth, it was like bottom jaw, top jaw. It was pretty bad. And it had a massive knot in its umbilicus, so I'm assuming that's most likely what killed it. The other one, I think it's shark jaw, because like it kind of makes their lips curl and go down a little bit. I think it had an issue with getting its egg tooth to slice the egg, so it ended up drowning and dying in the egg. So we had black pastel mahogany 100% pied out of that, and then a mahogany 100% pied out of that, and it was a bummer because so I'm hoping this time. I mean, it's a het to a pos het, so I don't know what we're gonna get, but I'm hoping the gods love me. Yeah, and I think you might have something going on there. She looks like she has like that pyramiding going on, like where they start to go like this. If you know what I mean, like they start to look a little like wider and then like pointy at the top. And she looks like that. So just, I don't know, keep your eyes open, fingers crossed for you. That'd be cool. That's the same one that 2 years ago she got egg bound on you, if I remember right. Yeah, triangle in the spine. Yep. I call it pyramiding. I don't know, it looks more, sounds more fun to me. Yeah, she is. Well, hopefully she does better this time around, and she doesn't cause you any grief this time. Because that was a bummer. But she looks like she's gained quite a bit of size since then, so I bet she'll do good. But do you have any other things going on this season? Or just her? I should have brought a drink in here with me. That wasn't smart. She's mature and more. Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes that makes all the difference. I mean, my black pastel pied female, she went for me this past year. And I don't know, maybe that's why her clutch was small and mid, but she was acting like she wanted to go. Like she stopped eating. She hit the wall and stuff and stopped eating, and all she wanted was the male and was cool seeking. So I figured, I'm gonna give it to her, and apparently it was enough for her to go, and let her do her thing. Figure, you know what you want. Black pastel het pied, OD pied. Ooh, yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be very nice. OD black pastel pieds are pretty, very pretty. Those will be nice babies. Why are you all fighting? I put a whole tub of grow out like dwarf rats together to try to make another colony of those, and they have just been duking it out the past few days. They'll be fine. Started them on October 31st. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, they should be starting to get close. About 4 months. Usually, for me, I usually see about 6-ish months pairing. Because that's about when I started to with most of mine. Flies. Holy smokes. Somebody does not want anything happening. But yeah. So I don't know. I just figured I'd get on here and chat for a bit and test out the stream. I might have to look into upgrading my laptop, something with a little bit more oomph. Good grief. And we'll see how it goes from there. If you guys have any other like segments or anything, yeah, Rat's having it's been all night. It's one that's literally like right beside me. It's not like I have two. There's another one behind me here, but there's one. It's this tub that's right here at shoulder level, mic level, and they're just duking it out. Fighting. What's your problem? Huh? Lots of squeaky babies in here. But yeah, if you guys or anybody else who watches this back, if anybody else watches this back afterwards, has any ideas for that you want to see me do, because this on my channel, it's just gonna be me. I mean, I'm gonna do interviews and stuff every now and then, because I tend to operate. I mean, I can ramble. I just ramble, an hour. I can about snakes all day long. But I'm going to try to think of like different questions that people normally ask in interviews, so I have them ready to go and stuff. And I'm going to you laughing at the rats. And then I'm going to try to think of different like segments and things that I can do, just to keep things interesting and it not just be me ranting. I think I'm going to do like shout outs and stuff. I don't have a huge following, but I mean, hey, shout outs are shout outs. I always appreciated them, no matter how big the person. So I will probably do that. I don't know. I'm gonna keep thinking, but if any ideas, let me know. Things you'd like to see. Probably do showing off sticker swaps and stuff too. Because I'm trying to get back into that because I have new stickers for the new brand. I'm gonna have to see your list on what you got for your females and males and see if I can figure out what a good pairing would be. Currently, I don't have. Keep posting in your following. Hey, Headstamp. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying. I'm gonna try. It's been my goal for the year is to put myself out there a bit more. I mean, I started this channel about like 2 years ago, back when I was Skells Exotics, and was doing like edited videos and stuff like that, which I still do want to do. I've kind of figured out a workaround because my computer's a sack of crap, and it can't process videos, so I have to upload the videos that I film on my camera to my phone and edit them on my phone and then post them to YouTube from there. It's a pain in the butt. But I want to get out and do more shows. I want to do more lives. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Those are like 3 main go-tos. So, but yeah, I'm finding it fun. I don't get to just be gambling the entire time. Like tonight. I mean, tonight it was just kind of impromptu, test this whole thing out, see how it goes. But the next one, I'm gonna have something more concrete planned out and have like kind of like more of like a flow. But Matt, anyway, I forgot. See, sidetracked. My brain goes all over the place. The females I currently have available, I have a super pastel spot nose female. She's, I think the last time I weighed her, she's around 600 or 700 grams. And she isn't eating. She'd probably be ready to go by the fall if you kept feeding her. Available because I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with her. And then I have that breeder normal female. I think females wise, that's the only ones I was really looking to move. Probably after this season, after I get Odemilide, yeah. I haven't. I mean, I had a GHI Mojave male that I had sitting up for probably about 6 months, looking for a black pastel pied male. I know it. Sorry, I can't part with this guy now. He looks too stinking cool. I might end up. I mean, depending on if this male proves out, and I might black pastel pieds. But I'm not really shooting as much for panda pied pairings anymore. After the last excursion I had with them, and 2 with one being severely kinked and then the other one having the kink in its neck, I've moved toward the pied route. So most of my pied projects after this one are going to be working towards that with like mahogany and stuff, with just like 1 copy of black pastel thrown in. But there's always a chance. If I hit any, I'll let you know. Yeah, I don't really. I mean, the other thing, I have some males available. I have my pastel ultramel male available just because I'm trying to look for something with a little bit more kick for the female I'm bringing. He's breed ready. He's proven. I got him from Steve's Morphs. I just don't have a use for him right now. He's literally sitting here doing nothing this season. And they have my, what is he? Firefly Enchi Woma, 100% het pied. He's up on Morph Market. And then I got GHI Mojave male sold. Well, he's on hold. And then yeah, I think that would be it. I'll have to get with you after your live video. Yeah. Yeah, you know I'm always open to chat with you and stuff. I don't know. I've just been trying to slim down and really like focus on things like my Oreo Pie projects, my Xanthic and Desert Ghost stuff, everything with mahogany, and then my Monarch stuff. I have 1 het ultra female, but I really want to find a good male for her. I was talking about doing a split pairing with her with Lucy Land with Kayla. She has a, oh God, what is he? He's a pastel leopard. Is he spot nose? Pastel leopard spot nose ultramel. He is. He's beautiful. And we figured pairing him to her. GHI leopard, GHI lesser yellow belly nose het ultramel. Those would be some crazy babies. and she'll probably be there by next summer. I would bet. Um, but like I don't know what I do with my super pastel spot nose, and like she'll probably be ready to breed by the fall at the rate she's eating. Um, and then my big norm female. That I mean, it's good to have normal. I have a juvenile normal female. I mean, nobody. I don't know. I don't know if anybody would really want normals unless you want a first pet. Um, I have limited rack space, so until I can afford to get an ARS rack, I have to pick and choose the animals I have in my rack very carefully. And the whole mistake getting into the hobby. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, it's pretty. I want it. Oh, it's pretty. And oh my gosh, just you need it's like gotta catch them all. And so far, I've done a good job on moving off of a lot of those. Those gotta catch them all things. Yeah. When sorry, I fidget. Back doing those lives, and he was giving us all like advice and stuff on how to like properly put our collections together and stuff, and what we should have in our racks. It really made me reevaluate everything and what I wanted to do, and so I moved probably a solid 20 animals or so. And the one that was the biggest, for me, was the super black pastel scaleless head het pied female that I had produced. Moved off of her, I could invest in some other animals. And I mean, it's not. I don't. The scaleless project is cool, but with the fact of there being no females on eggs, and it's been like 10 years, makes me a bit nervous. So I just decided to get out of it and move on towards the Oreo Pie projects and all the other stuff that I'm working on. Just doing the same, doing that when I got back into Python 16, but after I knew what I wanted to do as a future breeder and what I wanted in my collection, I focused on what I wanted to get. And yeah, I get you. It's you kind of have that wake up moment, and it's definitely a hard wake up moment because honestly, there's probably some more animals that I could move off of here, but they have the ones that I could move off of have sentimental value to me, and that's the hard part. Like with this, you kind of have to turn your brain off and be like, no, you gotta make smart business choices. You can't get too attached. But like, I name all my animals, and like they're like my kids. I don't have real kids, so these guys are my kids. Like I technically could move off of my special female, and I could move off of Spider Clown. I could move off of, oh gosh, I don't know. I could move off of the Blade Double Het Hypo Clown, but like, I want to get at least one more clutch out of her and try to get the visual out of her, and then I think once that happens, I'll put her and the male that I used with her up as a pair. I could technically move off of the Bamboo Leopard Calico. He's sentimental to me as well. Like, I have so many that are sentimental, and it's just very hard, to move off of. Like, I have a smaller collection too. Yeah. Hey, that it makes it easier too. Like when you're talking about it's easier than saying oh, my OD Firefly Het pied or my black pastel banana spot nose yellow belly blah blah blah. It's easier to just say their name, and it's kind of funny because my husband actually knows all of our snakes' names now. It's been fun because at first he'd be like, "Who are you talking about?" and I'd have to pull up a picture and be like, "This one." But now I can say Jubilee or Urbosa, Randy, Lagatha, Shion, and he knows who I'm talking about. So It's, I don't know. I think no matter how big we get, snakes will always have names. It's fun. Plus, we get into like themes depending on like what we're like watching on TV at the time or something. My next female, depending on what we hit in this clutch, it'll probably be The Last of Us themed because that's what we're watching. So we'll probably have like Ellie and Joel and Tommy and Bill, all those fun characters. Marlene. Oh, and then the other thing, I forgot. The other thing that we're doing is I got my husband for Christmas a 3D render. I don't know. You guys have probably seen me posting about this on Instagram. I got my husband a 3D printer, and we printing ball python models. And I finally started trying to paint them poorly. It was a very poor job. I need to get I need to get an airbrush to be able to paint them a little bit more blend-like and make it not as like harsh lines. I have to figure out how to do that correctly. But I'm hoping at some point when I figure out how to do this right and make them look good and not like willy-nilly slapped together, blah, 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 harsh lines, whatever, to start putting them up for sale. And like I'll take commissions to do snakes, like models and stuff. I just eventually I'll just be like, hey, I need like top and side pictures and the face and stuff, and be able to do commissions for people, which will be really cool. Because the first one I did was my Pandapide, and I mean, obviously he was easy because he just has one spot by his tail, and then his head has pattern, and that's it. But I was kind of like, his the blending was wanted it to. So, but though, because whenever we start doing that, oh gosh, if I can pull this out. Sticker Mule was doing a deal on padded bags. Getting a glare. Look at that! Whenever we start sending those out, I'll be sending them in these. And they look so cool. So now that we have the model actually printing correctly. So now it's just me perfecting my artistic skills and learning to paint them right. I'd show you the one that I painted, but it's downstairs. Oh, thanks, Matt. Yeah, I was really excited when they said that, oh yeah, you can do color on the whole envelope. I was like, what? Yes! And I think it was like $19 for 50 of them or something. It was crazy cheap. So I jumped on it. So yeah. I think that's pretty much all we got going on. Yeah, so I think I'm probably going to try to head out of here. It's been an hour and 20 minutes of me rambling to myself. Guys coming in. Kike, I so appreciate your help trying to get this sorted out with my audio and stuff earlier. I'm glad we got it sorted out. Now I just got to figure out the video aspect and why it's still so choppy, which I don't like. I don't like looking at it. My OCD is going to get the better of me here. So yeah, I'm gonna probably dip out for the night since it's almost like 20 to 1 in the morning here, and I'll be on in a few days to do an actual live for real. And if you guys have any ideas for anything you want to see, let me know. I'd appreciate any suggestions. So with that, yeah, I'll be on. Matt, go ahead and shoot me a message. We'll chat. All right, guys. have a good night, and I will see you on Instagram, or I'll see you on the next live.